Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing A Star Is Born. A Star Is Born is a directorial debut of actor Bradley Cooper, and the film stars the director himself and Lady Gaga. This is the fourth adaptation of the 1937 original film that I have not seen, nor have I seen the other various versions of the story. So if you're looking for a comparison to the rest of the Star Is Born series, then you will not find it here. I'm sorry, this is the wrong video. But normally when I review a movie, I would normally see if this was a worth it adaptation and if the remake did something unique enough to make it worth the remake. Sadly, I cannot do this for this film as it is the first time I'm viewing the story, so I can't really judge it on that part. I can't say how original it is compared to the other films, but what I can say is if I liked it or I did not. And ladies and gentlemen, I definitely like this film. I really like this film. It's a really great movie. I think this movie is excellent, and here's why. What I probably love the most about this film is how it explores its theme of perseverance. This is like the main theme and message about the film. And I really liked it, how it really sneaks up behind you. You don't realize that it's actually going to be one of the main themes until the very last minute of the movie, and that's something that really surprised me. Because I haven't watched the other Star Is Born movies, I'm guessing that this is why I'm surprised. But I thought that was really interesting how it explored that, and I haven't really seen that in any other movie. I probably have, but I'm just forgetting, so I thought that was really cool. Now, because this theme really sneaks up behind you and you don't really realize it until the last minute, I'm theorizing that it's gonna be better on rewatch, and I'm pretty sure of that. I haven't rewatched it, so I can't say, but you know, I think that this movie will be really good on rewatch. The main thing that this movie is getting so much buzz about is Lady Gaga's performance. It is her first time acting in a movie. She has acted in a few TV shows, but this is the first big movie that she's acting in. And when I was watching a lot of the director interviews for this film, I noticed that Bradley Cooper really had a strong connection with Lady Gaga, and that was like partly the reason he wanted to make the film, and he really thought that Lady Gaga was perfect for this role. And I would say that he's right. She was really perfect for this role. Her acting for a first-time actor in a movie is really good. She does a really solid job in this movie. I'm really looking forward to see what she does next. I think that she did a wonderful job in this movie, but she kind of stayed safe with the character. She basically plays a version of herself, a version that's experienced the same kind of story that she's experienced, but not to, you know, that kind of level. But, you know, it's a similar story that she's playing with a character. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to what she does next. A lot of people are also saying that she deserves an Oscar nomination for this role. I don't think so, because, you know, although she did an amazing job acting in this film, you could definitely see that there were a few mistakes here and there. On the other hand, I think Bradley Cooper definitely deserves an Oscar, maybe even like a win, you know, and he did an amazing job in this movie. I fully believe that he was this character. I think it helps that he also directed the movie, because often I notice that when an actor directs his own movie, he really gets the best performance out of themselves. So yeah, that probably helped with his performance, but still, he did an amazing job with his acting. It was just really excellent, and probably the best Bradley Cooper performance I've ever seen, to be honest. Bradley Cooper also did a really good job with his singing part of the movie. He actually sung all of his songs, and I thought that was a really brave decision from him, because, you know, it's hard to do all these things in the movie, and, you know, he's never really sang much, and he did an amazing job in this movie with his singing, and I just think he has a great voice, to be honest. Fun fact, actually all of the songs recorded in this movie were actually recorded live while doing the scene. That is so amazing. I think that's amazing. I think that's a really interesting choice from the director, because it really makes the scenes feel much more authentic. Like, you could definitely notice it on screen. Like, I actually wondered if they were singing, and they definitely were, and I thought that was just a really courageous decision from the director, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper is just so good in this film. He's just really good. And overall, I think the decision to record live was a really cool one, and I want more musicals to kind of do this, because it really was great on the big screen, and you can definitely tell the difference. Another thing I really loved about this movie is you can really understand why these people love each other. The progression of their relationship feels very real and authentic. You know, in this movie you can definitely tell that they do love each other, why they love each other, and what they're willing to do for the love for one another, and I think that's really beautiful. And I just think it's really important in a romantic drama that the main relationship really makes sense, you can understand it, all that stuff. And it also helps that Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga have great chemistry. In the movie they have great chemistry, even in the interviews they have great chemistry. They just, I want to see them work together again. They just have really good chemistry. The musical soundtrack for this movie is also really good. I was actually listening to it while I was writing up the review, so that was pretty fun. But yeah, I would honestly listen to this album more. It's a really solid album, especially because you get to see the progression of the characters really clearly throughout the album. Like, the music changes as they go on their character's journey, and what part of their journey they're on, the character's music will change, and I thought that was really interesting. For example, there's a bunch of really commercial pop songs in this movie, and it's not for the sake of having a popular song, it's because the story needed a popular song, and I just really appreciated that. I also thought that the cinematography was really good. I thought it was really well done. And there were some weird choices with the cinematography, but for the most part, it was actually really good. I did appreciate it. It made you feel like you're in this celebrity life, and you really felt connected to the characters. And when you have the celebrity as a main character, it's hard to get the audience to relate to them. But this movie's cinematography definitely helped with that part of the movie, and I just thought the cinematography was quite well done. There were some decisions with the cinematography that I wasn't really keen on, but for the most part, it was effective. The film also has a very interesting message on an artist's creativity and, you know, getting a commercial product, and I thought that was a really interesting message. As I was saying, there's a few pop songs, and that's really the part of the story that the pop songs come in. I thought that was a really interesting situation that happened, and I thought it felt real when the artists were dealing with this problem, and I just thought it was really well handled in this movie. The film did have a bunch of annoying issues that I kind of got annoyed of, but that, you know, that's in every movie. But here's what annoyed me in this movie, and here's kind of the faults of the movie. Now, my first issue is that there's a lot of points in this movie that it starts to drag. There's a bunch of scenes and shots that really don't need to be there and definitely should have been removed. This movie is 140 minutes long, and you know, you really start to feel that runtime in parts of this movie. The other parts are actually really well paced. Like, I thought the start was actually really well paced, but you know, in the middle it kind of got weird, and you know, the pacing was a bit off, and certain parts definitely had to be removed. Now, another problem I had with this movie is it kind of glosses over some important events of the character's life, and it's like not emotional enough in those points. Like, they make decisions and they don't show the emotions behind those decisions. There's two of these moments in particular that really bugged me. I was wondering why the character did a certain thing, acted a certain way, when I thought they were going to do something else. You can understand this character would make that decision, but I don't understand the emotion behind it, so it was a bit weird in that way. But yeah, the rest of the movie is really good. I really love this movie. I think it's really great. I might watch the other Star is Born movies now, because I really love this one, and I want to see how it holds up and compares to the other films. But yeah, I totally recommend watching this film. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Yes, that is a 4 out of 5 stars. Guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching. It's really, it makes me feel happy when you guys watch my videos and comment, and I really appreciate it. And bye bye.